So yeah, weirdest team ever. I'm just gonna go into it. It's an OU match with my sand team. I think that this guy was an admin. Excuse me, guys. Zordon's calling me. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. So I lead off with my Tyranitar, my Shikaku. He leads off with a Scrafty, and I don't want to take a fighting move, so I switch into Crow. Take that Drain Punch quite nicely. Yeah, and here I go for U-turn because I figured it would kill, because I figured he'd be weak against Bug, but I forget he's fighting type first. So I should have went for Superpower, but I didn't. So I'm into my Toph just because I didn't know what else to switch into. He's physically and especially defensive. So, he takes that Drain Punch, I set up my rocks. Plus, since he's set up, I want to Whirlwind him, but I don't think I get the chance to because he moves first. That, and I didn't expect Drain Punch to do. I think he got. Did he get a? No, it did a hell of a lot, and I must have just missed. That was a big misplay. Okay, no, I'm not gonna blame that on the misclick. That was me. So I go on to my score, my Timati. He goes for crunch, gets the freaking defense drop on my physically defensive wall. So I go for toxic. And he is the shed skin variant, but he doesn't get very many cookies here, as you can see in a second. He goes for the second bulk up, gets to, times 2. And I go for protect just to get some healing, you know, and all that stuff. He goes for a crunch, trying to get more defense drop cookies, and I'm like, no. And I go for Earthquake because it's stab, and I have some attack investment, but it does nothing because he's at +2 defense. Goes for another crunch. Toxic gets cured by his shed skin thing. And so I just go for another one. I'm like, screw that. You're not, And he goes for rest. And I'm like, yes, he went for rest. That means that I can come in and kill him now. So my thinking behind this was, Choice Banded Scizor with max attack should be able to take him out with a superpower. And that would be true if he didn't get, the defense boost as well. It only does 60%. And then I get the minus drops. And he's got leftovers, so that sand isn't going to do any actual damage, or else I would have went for another one. Because that would have brought me down, that would have been able to 2-hit KO him easy. He wakes up, I switch into my Toph. He goes for rest, I don't know why, because he could have killed me. But anyway, I'm going to take advantage of that misplay and just get this bastard out of here. And as he's still asleep, I go for Whirlwind, get that thing out of my face, get those boosts out of my face. He doesn't get no boosty boost when he's with me. And he brings in the Dodrio, and I didn't think he'd be able to one-shot me because, I'm all defensive and stuff, but apparently Dugtrio is a beast and 3/4 because it goes for the Brave Bird and takes me right the slap out. Tries to do it again, on my Tamari, but after all that recoil, I'm like, screw that. You're getting some Ice Fangs into the neck like a frozen Dracula, and that takes him out. Yeah, again, the weirdest team ever. He brings out Psyduck, and I'm like, I just want to see what he's gonna do. So I go for Protect. He goes for Surf, and I'm like, okay, so he can kill me from this range pretty much. Go for Toxic just as a last gambit kind of thing. He shows me he has Ice Beam, which makes no sense because he could have just used Surf without revealing Ice Beam, and I would have switched into Garchomp sooner. But I'm like, fuck it, Garchomp can Dragon Claw you to death because you're a Psyduck and not a Golduck, and you suck, so, I hate the color yellow. I don't hate the color yellow, but yellow's close to orange, and I hate orange. He switches into this Dusclops thing, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're going to do, so I'm just going to go for Dragon Claw. Maybe you'll think I'm, Scarfed or Bandit or something. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp and misses. So I switch into my Landorus, who, I thought, Psychic would be super effective against Ghost, and it's not. And I'm just like, I didn't know that. I should have known that. But I guess I was wrong. I mean, I don't know. I thought that was the thing, but apparently it's not. So I guess Ghost is super effective against Psychic, and I don't even know. I just remember playing my yellow version, and if somebody would use Gengar, I would use Psychic, and that nigga would die. But Poison's weak against Psychic, which makes no sense, in the real world. So whatever. And so I go for. I'm just trying to get some damage on that thing because nothing else wants to take his stuff. Plus, he had the Will-O-Wisp, so I had to switch into my Landers because he's my special attacker. Now, from this range, I bring in Crow, and I'm just like, I'm gonna bullet punch the shit out of everything. He's asleep with his Scrafty, so he's not gonna get the 2-turn wake rest. So from the rest, so brings out the freaking Togekiss. He goes for a Drain Punch, and I'm just like, no, dude, you're gonna miss that shit because I'm freaking Crow, bro. Like, you don't mess with Crow. Then I bullet punch the oh, well, he goes for extreme speed. I missed that part. But whatever, I'm Scizor. I'm covered in steel, son. And go for another bullet punch with my big ass claws, son. Can't take bullet punches from a Choice Banded Scizor with the Technician. Comes in with the Scrafty, I'm just like, nope. Bullet punch. Yeah, it takes 43, and I'm just like, I'm gonna do it again because you know what? Why the hell not? I'm Choice Banded Technician Scizor with big ass metal claws. He wakes up from his shed skin, and I'm just like, no, go back to sleep. Bullet punch, and he's down. He's not asleep yet, but he's drowsy. He goes for Drain Punch, and I'm like, dude, covered in metal, bro. It don't matter how baggy your pants are. And I go for yet again. Guess what it was? Guess what move it is? Bullet punch again, because fuck that nigga. I hate Scrafty. I thought he was a dragon when I first saw him, and he wasn't. That disappointed me, so I didn't even play the game that he came in, because that would have been cool if he was a dragon. Now here I'm like, I haven't played with Shikaku this whole round, this whole match, so I'm just like, whatever, bring in Shikaku. He goes for Fake Out. And I'm like, dude, you brought a Meowth. No disrespect, but you brought a Meowth to OU. I've got to take advantage of this. So he goes for U-turn because it's super effective, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna steal that coin off your forehead with my teeth. And I go for Crunch. And now I got gold fronts. Shikaku has gold fronts now, I'm just saying. Took that gold coin with his teeth, sir. There's no way you can... you know how many cookies you can buy with gold fronts? Do you even know? Do you even cookie, bro?